Okay, live drum practice number 25. I got to quit saying okay at the beginning of these. Live drum practice number 25. It's already live, so at this point, it is what it is. Okay, head over heels. This is the part 3. I've been working on these hard measures for it. The first day, it was literally just these 2 measures. This is the drum fill right before the bridge. You can probably see that. And then there's one other measure I just started the other day. So it'll be a review of this one, which I got up to full speed, and then going back to the other one. If you guys want to follow along, if you want to support us, if you want the sheet music, it's at our website, musicbythemeasurespro.com. $9.99 a month gets you 10 pieces of sheet music, and just sign up. Help support these videos as well. So just going to jump right in. If you guys need more time with this drum fill, I broke it down quite a bit in the other videos, so you have a lot of time to watch me be bad at this, and you guys can pick it up. So I'm going to play it through a couple times without metronome, and then we'll get that 60 BPM going. Full speed is 95. So we got... So I know one thing that I really have to like hear, that one E and a 2 and 1 E and 1 E and 2 and 3 E and 4 and it's easy to just be late on that tom. 1 E and a 2 and 1 E and a 2 and 1 E and a 2 and 1 E 1 E 1 E and a 2 and 1 E and a 2 and then essentially it's 3 E and a 4. And quite often, you know, if I go 1 E and a, 1 E and a, if I give them all the space that they need and then take them away, or 1 E and a, 2 and 3 E and a, just helps you do it. Helps you line it up. All right, I'm overly caffeinated. It's Saturday night at 8:42, and this is what we're doing. So come along with me. And so on the hi-hat first. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Speed that up a little bit. So you can hear me rushing, especially the foot hi-hat to that 16th note. Would tighten it up a little bit, you know, when I would click it out and then play it. Be a little bit better, but not perfect. So same process. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 E and a 2 and 3 E and 4 and and the reason I'm being so picky is when I start speeding it up, it's going to be harder to tell where I'm rushing, right? So you might as well just do the work now. You know where you're at. Do it while it's easier. Sometimes slow is harder to play. I feel like 65, 70 should be pretty relaxed for me to play. Like I shouldn't be stressing and be able to focus on playing in time. 2 and 3 and 4 and So I noticed a big difference that last time I clicked it out. It just put me right in a line, tightened it right up. All right, 75. faster. Kind of a chill practice. Just practicing. Shoot, I was playing really nice, and then I actually started thinking about like being good at drums. I was like, oh crap. It's my Bill and Ted impression. Let's go back to that. Was getting the groove down, and then I won't say I got cocky, but I got a little cocky. So kind of like going back and forth between being like super tight and super sloppy. It all depends on your focus. Go to 90. Feeling pretty good about it. Pretty good. So rushing those 16th notes. 1 E and 2 and 3 E and a 4 and 1 and 2 and 1 E and a 2 and 3 E and a 4 and 1 and 2 and I'm rushing. And that is freaking fun to play. All right, 90. We're going to go faster than we have to go. So 95 is full speed. Let's go one faster. We're going to go to 96. Kind of just do this by ones. Maybe go up to like 100 and just use this as a great exercise of pushing that timing and getting comfortable with faster than we'll ever have to play it. Three, four, 1 and 2 and a 3 and 4 and 1 E, 2 and 3 and a 4 and a. I saw somebody start watching. I screwed up. So if I don't have my arm in the right spot, right? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and nope. And let me count that out again. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 E, 2 and 3 E. One E and a 2 and 3 E and a 4 and 1 E and a 2 and 3. Let's try that again. Let's go to 97 though. Just keep pushing it, even though that last time wasn't perfect. Two and 3 and 4 and 1 E and a 2 and 3 E and a 4 and. That one was sloppy. That one was, excuse me, that one was really sloppy. All right, 98. And then, yeah, we'll just see how 98 goes. Debating that we'll just go back down to full speed. and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and a 2 and 3 and a 4. I liked it. We'll go to 99. That time. Sweet. Let's do 100, and then we'll go back. If I was really a glutton for punishment, I'd go back 99, 98, 97, 96, 95. But I really want to work on that other measure too. And I usually see I do about an hour practice and then I'm just done. So we're about 23 minutes in, which is pretty sweet. All right, 100 BPM, which is 5 BPM faster than you'll ever have to play the song, unless you rush like I do. And 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and a 2 and 3 and a 4 and it was fun. I was teaching this, not this song. I was teaching something else. I was teaching this on Thursday, but I was teaching a different song, Metallica 1, at a lesson a day. And, oh no, actually it was Nirvana. Smells Like Teen Spirit. I wanted to say Sweet Child of Mine. That would make no sense, though. And I had the student, I can't play that part. But anyway, I'd have the student click it out, and the minute after he was done clicking it out and he could play it tight. And I was like, dude, you see my point? You do this with the hi-hat, 1 and 2 and a 3 and 4 and 1 and a 2 and 3 and a 4, and all of a sudden you can play. No, I couldn't because I don't have a metronome all of a sudden. Just, you have to give yourself a guide of what your timing has to be, and then compress all of the rhythm together, right? So it's just the hi-hat, and then you spread it all apart. You're playing your kick drum, you're playing your snare, you're playing all the other different parts. But going back and forth like that is just such a huge thing. All right, let's do 95 and just really see if I can not rush and get a groove going. Because I feel a little bit sloppy and rushed so far, which is fine. too far on the hi-hat. One and two and three and four and 1 and a 2 and 3 and 4. Cool. So pretty happy with that. I could be playing a little tighter tonight, but I'm not. So, all right, let's jump to this other measure that I think is the hardest in the song. And these are the two that we're just, 3 measures that we're just focusing on. Tomorrow, hope to wake up, have some coffee, and do some loop videos. I'm going to start doing those live as well, which is just like me doing a 4-bar segment of this into a click track, and then I can kind of like analyze like, oh, hey, I always rush this beat, or I always do this, or I always do that. And then those are like what I produce and put on YouTube as well. Those are like the loop videos, aptly named. Let's slow this down to 50 and really just start working on it. So I'm ignoring those hi-hats like I did the other day. So we got this 1 and 2. I'm ignoring the open and the slightly open hi-hats. That's what I mean. Clearly I'm playing a hi-hat. Oh, yeah. So, okay, first beat is 1 and. I'm just going to do that a couple times, get that in my hands. 1 and. Okay. Then we have 2 E and 2 E and 2 E and And then later it'll have to be 2 E and. Oh, that's tricky because since there's no foot hi-hat, it's implying that we hit open, which it could arguably be a little more open. Snare, foot, kick, which is just a rhythm that I'm not going to try to tackle yet. So essentially I got, with that hi-hat closed, I'm going to have to learn that extra part later, 2 E and then 3 E and 4 and, which is a lot of like footwork for me. It's nice that it's on the E, So you got 1 and 2 E and 3 E and 4 and 2 E and 3 E and 4 and. Now I'm hoping I'm using that word, that when I learn this and get it up to like, I don't know, 80, I'll slow it back down and those foot hi-hats will be easy for me. As you can see already, like it's just a difficult beat for me, period. All right, let's see how fast 50 is. And 1 and 2 E and 3 E and 4 and. So actually, I can tell that 50 is a little bit faster than I want to start. So let's try 45. I want it to be relaxed. That was like, shit. And 4 and 1 and 2 2E and 3E and So I have not great foot technique. And so like doing that beat that we just did kind of like wears my leg out, right? Like I'm not doing a good heel toe and I'm getting a lot of rest in between here. But just having to think through those is enough to like throw my rhythm off. 1 and 2E and 3E and 4. So if you're a better kick drum player than I, this might be a quicker beat to learn. It's just that or E Okay, that's my excuse. That's what I'm telling you. 3E and 4 and 1 and 2E and 3E and and 2E and 3E and 4 and okay. Let's speed that up. We'll just go by 5s for now. Let's see if we can hear 50. 3E and 4 and so you could hear how much I was trying to push and rush that. One and 2E and 3E and 4 and 1 and 2E and 3E and 4 and so I wouldn't say it's great by any means, but let's just keep pushing that tempo up a little bit. We got the idea for sure. Let's go by 4s. So this might just be sloppy until tomorrow, until I can speed it up a little bit more. All right. Not playing it perfect, but that's okay. Let's do 58. We'll just keep on pushing this tempo, kind of like until I can't go any faster, and then probably slow it back down before we're done, and then call it a night. So you can kind of hear, like, that's the limit that my kick can really go. 1 and 2 E and so I'm going to live with it not being, like, very tight tonight. You know, there's a couple in there that I'm like, oh, I'm getting that groove, but the rest are just shite. One and 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 and... So just lazy on that first kick, that first 16th note. 1 and 2 E and I don't even think it's laziness. It's just late. It's late. It's lateness, not laziness. It's that rhythm of 1 and 2 E and For some reason, this hand going down doesn't allow this foot. I was going to say my brain to tell that foot, but yes. 2. So 1 and 2 E and 3 E and 4 and 1 and 2 E and 3 E. I almost have to be like, give it permission to move. And then I also need to, you can kind of see when my foot relaxes, rests. I need to learn how to do that, because otherwise I burn out my leg by a good drummer, a skilled drummer, and I'm, you know, drummer adjacent is what I call myself. I can start to do that here and there. I noticed it more on the feel part in the beginning that we started with. I was able to start relaxing a little bit as I'm playing. That is the key. No comment. 2. So I can just tell that I don't like know how to play this rhythm. It's pretty obvious to everyone else watching too. Like, I can mimic it. I can get the idea of it down for sure. And 2 E and 3 E and okay. YouTube might have failed. No, it looks like it's still fine. Okay, let's do 60E2 again. It'll work itself out. And 3 E and 4 and 1 and 2 E and like I almost feel like I'm just getting lucky there. Let's go one faster. So let's go 66. Then we're going to do a slowdown. We're going to basically start all over again. Push it back up to tempo. And 66, isn't that far away from 95. Maybe it is. And now we're ready to slow down. So let's go back to 45. We'll go to 46. And we'll go up by sixes. Just going to start over. Try to figure out where the issues are. I know where some of them are for sure. The kicks. 3 E and a 4 and. So I know this is weird that I even have to do this as a drummer, drummer adjacent. I need to teach myself how to put those rests in there. And by rest, I mean allowing my foot to just relax versus up like this the whole time, ready to go. It doesn't need to be like that. And when it does, I wear myself out. This is my third. I don't know. I've done 3 of these this week, maybe 4. No, definitely 3 this week. My leg's tired. My knee isn't used to it. I'll build up that endurance down the road, but right now I don't have it. So you got to coach yourself on 1, and then I just have to rest. Oops. And 2 E and 3 E and then rest. 1 and. But that picking up my foot to get ready to go is just another, a ghost note almost. Before the beat, I have to get him ready to go. Think of it as your internal RAM. You can only process so much. And in these exercises, the reason, again, why I'm willing to just do these for hours, not just to bore people or myself, is I'm teaching myself the mechanism to learn, to get better quicker. Still by 4s. some reason, I really like to rush that 2 all the time. 2 E and 3 E and 4. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 1 E and 2 E and so just by counting the 16th notes in there. E and 4 and 1 and 2 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 and it's just chill. Just chill. Saturday night. I don't know anyone, just don't know what you guys are doing. I'm playing drums. One E and 2 E and 3. There were some moments there that were pretty good. Some groundwork moments, I feel like. And 2 E and 3 E and 4 and starting to fall apart again. All right, let's try 62, which I think is where I left off. I feel like I can do this. I might be able to go a little bit faster. Again, 95 full speed, so don't feel terrible about that. Let's go. Let's go 66. Yeah, we'll go by 4s yet. And a 4 and 1 and I still like I said tomorrow. I'll probably need to bring in those hi-hats before it's too late. 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 and 1 and 2 E and a 3 E and a I fell apart. My brain went. One and 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 and 1 and 2 E and a 3 E and there we go. I'm late on those kicks. 1 and 2 E and a kicks start getting sloppy around 66. And a 4 and there was like one okay one out of that batch. Let's go up by 2. Kind of don't want to quit yet, you know. And I know I'm at the end of like my practice, right? Like 55 minutes about. It's kind of what I can do. Would like to build up tolerance to be able to do a couple hours at a time, not only drums but other instruments. But I also know that if I kind of just push a little bit farther and be okay with being uncomfortable, not be okay with being a little sloppy right now. I know it's gonna pay dividends tomorrow. So that's why it's like, okay, playing sloppy, could be tighter, you know, legs getting a little tired, but, you know, just another 5 minutes and it'll pay off. First one was good. 1 and 2 E and a 3 E and a. And then you can hear that's pretty much where I can play it at. Let's try 70. And then I think we'll, after my big speech, just call it. And 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 E. So like it's just pushing it through. Randy, my guy, Randy. How you doing, bro? Head Over Heels. I don't know if you know this song. I played the drum fill much better earlier, but see, now Randy motivates me. Actually, all you guys do. Like when you start commenting and you're like, hey, man, do this, or hey, I don't know. It's a little bit more engaging, but it's actually fun to grind it on your own too. So, you know, I had a nice vocal practice before this, and I didn't record that, obviously, because no one wants to hear that. And it's just good to do. You have to earn that discipline of like, I'm showing up, I'm doing it. You know, you have sloppy practices and you show up and you just get through them. I haven't practiced vocals for probably seriously in like a couple of weeks. You know, maybe I've learned a thing here or there for a student or something. And it was rough working on a song that's a little bit out of my range. Again, that pushing myself, trying to tackle something new. So, but yes. And actually, Randy, stalling just a little bit might make me actually able to play this. Anyway, great drum beat in that fill that I worked on earlier in this live, Randy, is a good drum fill to learn. A lot of like weird 16th note held stuff, yeah. I can't speak. And Randy, what are you up to on this Saturday? Too fast. 2E and a 3E and a 4 and. Oh, Sorry for Randy for just bombarding you with stuff too. But this kick drum pattern is so similar to American Girl, right? That I like it when I do that, like I'm turning on a faucet. So I thought like this is a really good drum beat to work on. I'm working on it for a student. So sorry, I'm a little rambunctious today with the coffee. So actually, because that's a little sloppy at 70, let's go back to 65. Let's maybe just do a couple more minutes, just so I can see what Randy's up to. One and two and three and the four and. So I wouldn't say I'm cheating, but I'm like brute forcing it by keeping my leg up, which is like legit and fine. You can totally do that, but like I have to do like extra stretches because I'm old, right? But again, it's that endurance thing. I'm at the end of my workout basically, and if I keep pushing just a little bit more, when I take a couple days off, my leg's gonna get better. I'm gonna feel more comfortable. I'm gonna build up that endurance. And again, I was talking about earlier about how I got to think about that rhythm of rest. It's kind of a cool concept too. Like things have to wait their turn. Now that was tight. Because I have to play it all the time. And the funny thing is, okay, I have this conversation with myself a lot. That time I didn't even think about it, right? I did not think of, not that you guys know, but I mean, because you're not inside my head. Most of you aren't anyway. I didn't even have to focus on the leg because I've done this for 50 minutes, now 30 minutes. I've done this beat for 30 minutes or so. Like I was able to just not think at all, and it did it by itself. But it did that by putting all this time in. So I like it when I prove my own point. Oh man, dude, your daughter wants to be a drummer. That's so awesome. How old is she? Sorry, I get a little excited. Yeah, this is a weird, like this is a very weird pattern in Head Over Heels, and it's one of those songs that I've heard in my life before. I never really knew it that well. But it's funny after you like study the drums and then you listen to the song, how different the song sounds. Another example of that is I'm working on a video soon for Day Tripper by the Beatles. And so I was doing a little research because I can't figure out what he was doing. Well, I had the tablature. John writes great sheet music for us. He's the guy who writes all of our music. So I had the sheet music for it. I know drummers don't call it tablature, but anyway, sheet music. I had the sheet music for it. But looking at it, I was like, I just didn't understand how he was doing it. And Ringo Starr being a left-handed drummer, I'm like, maybe he's doing something weird that I don't understand. Hi to your daughter, by the way, and what's her name? And we should, figure out what song she wants to learn. And now that I said that, I'm sure Randy already knows because he's a drummer. A lot of students learn Seven Nation Army in the beginning. A lot of kids learn Free Falling in the beginning. Good songs. I had a point. Oh, how songs like change. I guess not change. Your perception of a song changes as you listen to it over and over again. I think that's just the coolest thing, and it actually is a very motivating thing for me to want to play drums more. I think it impacts all the instruments you play. All right. We're going to go up by 2s just for 5 more minutes or so. I agree, Randy. It is there all of a sudden, right? Which is funny because before 62 was sloppy, and now all of a sudden 67's coming. Now, again, I don't know about putting those hi-hats in. That's going to happen later. All right. Let's just go 70. Go 70 and then call it. Then I'm only 25 away, which isn't bad. 3 and a 4 and... Okay. Yeah, you know, Randy, you're 100% correct. And one thing I'm going to do down the road is put that chat up on the video screen because I think like you guys bring up such good, interesting points. It's about finding the right BPM, but I think there's I don't know. I should be able to play in any BPM. Now, I did just have a large iced coffee before I started, which causes me to rush, be a little bit overly talkative. It is finding the BPM that's correct. But you're going to see if I try this at 95, like my kick drum would just fall apart. Like I can't get them into time unless I, manipulate it a little bit or cheat or have bad technique, any of those things. But I think it's working through that bad technique over and over again, and eventually you can kind of clean it up. One and 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 and. And now I don't feel like it's getting any better. Okay, Randy, good chatting with you. I'd love to know what you're working on as well. I'm going to take the rest of the night and, I don't know, go do something else. I might play some guitar. I might do a live guitar in a bit if I have time. I want to work on Beatles' Blackbird. I guess that has nothing to do with drums, so I don't have to tell you guys that right now. But, yeah, that's it for number 25. That's exciting. We made it to 25. Who would have thought? If you guys want the sheet music, want to support us, become a member, or like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff helps the channel grow and gives me motivation to do more of it. Randy, have a good night as well. And